Good day, ma'am. My topic is all about the flammable liquid properties. So, the first is the volatility. Volatility is the tendency or ability of a liquid to vaporize. So, volatility is a process of spread where it has the ability to evaporize. So, ang volatility is kung paunsa nag-evaporize ang liquid in a certain nga surface. So, next is the vapor pressure. Is the measure of a liquid volatility. A high vapor pressure usually is an indication of a volatile liquid or one that is readily vaporized. So, vapor pressure is indicate the liquid volatility. So, in the means nga nag-spread or nag-evaporize ang liquid. So, vapor pressure ang indication sa iyahang volume. So, the next is the boiling point. Boiling point is the temperature at which the vapor pressure equals atmospheric pressure such the pressure of the atmosphere can no longer hold the liquid in a liquid state and bubbles begin to form. In general, a low boiling point indicates a high vapor pressure and possibly an increased fire hazard. So, boiling point is what I've understand in my own viewing. So, pag nag-evaporate na ang liquid sa atmosphere, then the temperature of the atmosphere and the liquid was at the same pressure. So, the atmosphere can no longer holds the pressure. Then, nag-commence na og create og bubble nga maka-merge og fire. So, mo to siya. So, the next is the flash point is the minimum temperature at which the vapor concentration near the surface of the liquid is high enough to form an ignitable mixture. Any liquid with a flash point less than 100 Fahrenheit is considered to be a flammable liquid increase at the flash point decrease. So, flash point. Sa flash point is a process nga kung asa ang surface of the liquid is high enough na siya para maka-form og ignitable mixture. So, flow from flow. There is a flash point. Ignite is already mentioned na pero in the sense nga though ming high or ming increase ang volume sa flammable liquid pero ming decrease sad ang flash point. So ang combustion is wala pa nahitabo. So then flammable range. Flammable range is the proportion of vapor to air mixture that is ignitable and is expressed in terms of percentage of vapor in air by volume. The flammable range is bounded by the lower flammable limit or LFL and the upper flammable limit or the UFL. The UFL is the minimum concentration of flammable liquid vapor in air that will support the propagation of flame or spread of flame through the entire volume of vapor air mixture. Upon contact with an ignition source, the UFL is the maximum concentration of vapor in air that will support the propagation of flame. It is important to note the vapor-air mixtures below the LFL may burn at the ignition source without propagating away from the point of ignition. So, the flammable range is diri nagakommence og merge ang fire which is nga ang upper flammable limit is the minimum support sa propagation sa flame. So sa flammable range diri na gasugod og spread ang fire sa mga areas or sa atmosphere nga immune sa liquid. So, auto ignition temperature is the minimum temperature at which a vapor air mixture will spontaneously ignite without the necessity of a spark or flame. So auto ignition temperature, so diri nga properties, without the existence of flame, the liquid can do combustion or maka-create siya og own nga fire through the existence of his own or the minimum temperature. So mag-combust siya through its own on its own so much siya. Then vapor density is a measure that of vapor's weight when compared to air is assigned a value of heavier or denser vapors tend to sink the floor level, while lighter, less dense vapors tend to rise the ceiling level. This property must be taken into account when working with the flammable or combustible liquids outside of the fume hoods. Most flammable liquid vapors are heavier than air. So these vapors can travel some distance and encounter ignition source remote from the workstation. So vapor density. Vapor density is a process nga kung asa mag-high ang volume sa fire through sa air ang average pressure sa fire, og ma-high example, so with the existence of ang fire is madalas sa air, so sa mga circumstances na ay nahitabo expected kung dili siya ma-manipulate dayon ang spread is magkadako. So nganuman, because sa existence sa air, ang fire is ma-carry niya into ignition source. Sa examples of ignition source is kanang mga parts sa establishment nga mas dali ra kanon sa fire or smooth ra siya i-adapt sa fire. So that's all. Thank you.